A new Unearthed Arcana has just dropped over on D&D Beyond with 4 apocalyptic subclasses. The Druid, which is the Circle of Preservation, is pretty good. Here's what it does. Level 3, you get Preserved Land, which, as a bonus action, you expend a use of your wild shape to fill a 15-foot cube. Now, whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the cube, you can grant the creature one of the following benefits. Bolster, where it gains temporary hit points equal to 1d4 plus your druid level, or Purify. You end one effect on the creature, causing it to have the frightened or poison condition. This is actually a really good third level ability. The fact that you don't have to use a reaction, and anytime a creature moves into or ends their turn in your preserved land, boom, temporary hit points, or just being able to end a frightened condition. The other level 3 feature, Student of Preservation, I'm not as crazy about. Frugal casting. When you cast a druid spell, you can cast it without material components, except material components that are consumed by the spell or that have a cost specified in the spell. Additionally, whenever you cast a druid spell that requires a material component that is consumed by the spell, there's a 10% chance that the component isn't consumed as part of the casting. And tool proficiency, you gain proficiency with one type of artisan tool of your choice. And obviously not consuming a material component, a 10% chance, that's cool. Like, great. You use a Revivify and you get to keep your diamond. Awesome. The rest of it, though, not needing material components if it doesn't consume it, I feel like most tables aren't paying that close attention to the material components. The level 6 feature, Improved Preservation, is really cool because it builds upon your level 3 feature, Preserved Land, and it does 2 things. The first is, while inside the cube created by your preserved land, you and your allies gain a bonus to Constitution saving throws equal to your Wisdom modifier. There's also Reject Desecrators. Whenever the cube created by your preserved land enters an enemy space, and whenever an enemy enters the cube or ends its turn there, that enemy makes a Wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC, and on a failed save, takes 2d10 radiant damage, and its speed is halved until the end of its next turn. And on a successful save, they take only half as much damage. So basically, it turns your preserved land into a mini Spirit Guardians. The level 10 feature, Facilitated Restoration, it allows you to cast lesser or greater restoration without expending a spell slot or spell components, and you can use this feature to cast the spell in this way a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier. At level 14, Sacrosanct Land further improves your preserved land, changing it from a 15-foot radius to a 30-foot cube. In addition, whenever a creature you can see in the area of your preserved land is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to have that attack's damage. You think that the Circle of Preservation Druid sounds cool? Is this something that you would play? Why or why not?